Как бы вы все это прокомментировали?
Ну, вы знаете, как угодно, только несерьезно. Хочется много шутить по поводу таких версий, но давайте не будем тратить время нашего конференц-колла на это.
The Kremlin is laughing. Poland is not. As millions of newly released documents linked to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein ripple across Europe, a sharp divide has emerged between Moscow's mockery and Warsaw's alarm. On Thursday, the Kremlin dismissed suggestions that Epstein may have had ties to Russian intelligence. Asked directly whether the disgraced financier was a secret Russian spy, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov scoffed at the idea, saying he was tempted to make a lot of jokes before urging reporters not to waste time on the theory. But in Poland, the response could not be more different. Prime Minister Donald Tusk has ordered the creation of a special analytical group to examine the newly released U.S. documents after Polish media identified what they describe as Polish threads running through the Epstein files. Tusk framed the issue as a matter of national security, warning that if a foreign intelligence service exploited or enabled Epstein's network, it could point to blackmail operations involving influential figures.
We cannot allow any of the cases of Polish children exploited by the pedophile network and by the organizer of this satanic circle, Mr. Epstein, to be disregarded by anyone. The first reports have emerged concerning individuals who, for example, informed Mr. Epstein from Krakow that they already had a group of Polish women or girls. We, along with the Minister of Justice, the Prosecutor General, and the Minister Coordinator for Special Services, have jointly decided to establish an analytical team and potentially launch an investigation if analysis confirm our concerns regarding the pedophilia scandal in the United States. A very prominent Scottish journalist, Andrew Marr, yesterday posed truly crucial questions, and these pertain to every government across the globe. These are the questions: what exactly do we intend to do about this, given that suspicions regarding Epstein's connections and that entire pedophile network with Russian special services are escalating more and more each day? This matter must also be thoroughly investigated by us, considering the national security of the Polish state.
That possibility has set off alarms in a country already on high alert. The documents reportedly show Epstein repeatedly expressing a desire to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin, though there is no evidence the two ever met. Putin's name appears frequently in Epstein's emails, largely in the form of news articles, alongside apparent efforts by Epstein to arrange contact. More troubling for Polish authorities are references suggesting Epstein's network sought to recruit young women from Russia and Eastern Europe, including Poland. One email attributed to an Epstein recruiter allegedly mentions girls in Poland and references Krakow as a potential location. Polish public radio reports that the files also include mentions of individuals described as having Polish connections, including a woman who allegedly communicated extensively with Epstein and traveled to the United States at his expense, and another named as an estate manager at one of Epstein's Florida properties. Prime Minister Tusk said Polish prosecutors and security services will seek cooperation from U.S. authorities to determine whether any Polish citizens were exploited or whether criminal activity occurred on Polish soil. Not all references appear criminal. Some emails show Epstein discussing Poland in political or economic terms copied from other sources. Officials caution that the credibility of individual documents has not yet been assessed. Still, the timing is explosive. Poland has repeatedly accused Russia and Belarus of espionage, sabotage, and disinformation since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. Against that backdrop, even the suggestion that Epstein's global operation may have intersected with intelligence activity is enough to trigger scrutiny. Moscow may laugh off the allegations, but in Warsaw, investigators are preparing for a far darker possibility: that behind Epstein's crimes lay a shadow world of influence, leverage, and intelligence exploitation that is yet to be fully exposed.
Mr. Epstein, how long have you been sexually attracted to underage minor females?
Are you kidding?
What was the name of any of the underage minors that were the subject of the criminal charges to which you pled guilty?
I don't know.
You don't know what you pled guilty to?
I pled guilty to solicitation of prostitution. Not underage prostitution, but prostitution.
Are all people that were, at the time you engaged in sexual activity with them, were underage and were brought by other underage minor females? Is that true?
I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't even understand the question.
Mr. Epstein, how long have you been sexually attracted to underage minor females?
Objection, harassing, argumentative.
Are you kidding?
No, I mean, I don't feel like I'm divulging any secrets here, right?
Move to strike.
No, that's the question.
I'd like to answer that question as well. I'll get all your other questions today. However, I have to follow my attorney's advice. They have told me that I must invoke my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment right to not answer those questions today, or any questions relevant to this lawsuit.
What was the name of any of the underage minors that were the subject of the criminal charges to which you pled guilty?
I don't know.
So tell me about those charges. What was the allegations of those charges?
Form.
Solicitation of prostitution.
Okay.
Not underage prostitution, prostitution.
Were the victims or the prostitutes, as you would say, were they minors?
Form.
I pled guilty to solicitation of prostitution.
Okay, so tell me what those cases were about. What happened?
I
Form
have no
again.
more. I can't tell you any more than that.
You don't know what you pled guilty to?
I just
I'm
told you.
going to object to
Sorry.
form. That's asked and answered.
Do you know what you pled guilty to? The facts.
Solicitation of prostitution.
I understand that's the charge. What were the underlying facts?
Sorry.
What'd you do? Did you pull up in a car, talk to the person? Did they come over to your house? How'd you get them? Those kind of things. Tell the jury what were the underlying facts about the charge that you pled guilty to?
Form. Move to strike.
I don't know.
You don't know what you pled guilty to.
I pled guilty to solicitation of prostitution. Not underage prostitution, but prostitution.
And just so the jury understands, these 3 females that were the subject of the guilty pleas in state court were procured by your method of having underage minor females locate other underage minor females and bring them to your house. Isn't that correct?
Objection, argumentative, compound, harassing, assumes facts not in evidence.
You'll have to
And I move
repeat.
to strike.
I have to repeat the question.
Okay. Are all people that were, at the time you engaged in sexual activity with them, were underage and were brought by other underage minor females? Is that true?
Same objections incorporated. As well as the motion to strike.
I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't even understand the question.
Isn't it true that you used underage minor females to bring other underage minor females to your house for sex?
Asked and answered. Way earlier on.
Oh, well, he doesn't understand the question, so I'm
You can answer
going
the
through
question
the
if you understand.
progression.
Not a problem.
But it is asked and answered.
As your firm, Mr. Edwards and Mr. Jaffe, has been described by the U.S. Attorney as perpetrating one of the largest frauds in South Florida's history by crafting malicious cases of a sexual nature against people like me and others in order to fleece, using bogus schemes, in the U.S. Attorney's words, investment schemes. Unfortunately, though, I'd like to answer every one of your questions if I'm able. My attorneys have advised me I must assert my 6th Amendment, 14th Amendment, and 5th Amendment rights under the U.S. Constitution. Therefore, at the moment, I cannot answer that question.